Well, yo, welcome to Crate 808, the 808th Chamber live stream for January 2022, our first one of the year. I just want to say big up Jack Patullo up in there nice and bright and early in the live chat. Nick Sheffield, Osman, here we go. All the regulars are in. It's like, you know, when you go to the pub, you go to the pub on a Friday, you don't know who's going to turn up. But sometimes, oh, fuck, Nick, how you doing? I haven't seen you in ages. It's been like a month. Yeah. Oh, how are the shin pads? Now I know something about Nick's life as well, the shin pads. Osman, I know way too much about his life already because he knows our relationship is special as he slowly stalks me. I'm not scared. Not scared of that. But yes, the 808th Chamber, Raymond Ridge is in the house from Perth, 4 a.m. over there. How you doing, mate?
I'm well. I'm very well. I'm prepped. I'm ready, and I'm
prepped.
It's magic, isn't it?
It is magic. It is. It is. And today, Nas chat.
Many Nas references.
Yes, Nas chat. Let's go. I'm here for it. There is no James Midwinter today. Forget him. He's dead to us. No longer. he's never coming on again because he cancelled this time. But no, so it's me and Ray. And we're going to talk about, we said, what do we talk about? January 2022 has started like there's been some stuff landed since end of year and stuff. Nas's Magic album, I've had a few people say, oh, why are you not talking about Nas? Yo. Us here at the Crate 808 podcast have kicked off our Patreon. So if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a platform where you can go and for a small donation, you can help support us make more hip hop content for you. Go on to patreon.com/Crate808 and you can check out all the little payment options you've got there. You can check out the 2 new episodes you'll be getting every month, live chats with us guys, just to rap nerd out with you guys. We're going to go into some wide-ranging episodes, delving into the work of the Wu-Tang Clan, MF Doom, and Jay Dilla. So get it locked if you want that new granular look at hip-hop. So go to our payment tiers on Patreon. Big up yourselves. If you choose to support us, thank you so much. I will give you a personalised shout-out on the show, and we shall catch you in one of these live rooms, and let's get this community going. So spread the word. Much love for your time, and peace out. Boom. Kings and Seas. I know a lot of people pulled us up for our end of year lists. No Nas in the lists. So we thought, why not? Let's do it for the 808th Chamber. Let's do it. Newcomers who may be listening to this, sign up to the Patreon, patreon.com/Crate808 to join in the live chat with all these lovely people over here. Let's see what they're saying. Jack, it's always funny remembering halfway through that it's stupidly early for Ray.
Thank you.
Nick agreeing there.
Thank you. A little bit of recognition.
How's that feel, Ray? A little bit of recognition. That's all you're getting, though. Just that little bit.
I will give evidence in district court today.
Oh, yeah?
No one really cares.
I automatically thought of the squirrel tapes evidence.
Like, possibly the most important part of my job is like, actually giving evidence against someone in court. And I'm just going to be up there just glazed over,
Yeah. But knowing, is Nas's Magic album one of the best he's dropped in 10 years?
Yeah.
This is just stuff we have to talk about. But before we do...
Look, if I end up talking about it in court as well, then so be it. Because, spoiler alert, it's a really fucking good album.
Yeah. 9 tracks as well. So we're going to go in. But Osman, I'm just a fan, Cam. I'm just a fan. Even just the undertones of the text. It's normal text, like everyone else's text, but the undertones on that text, slightly shuddery, creepy down my spine. But either way, let's go. We're going to talk about, least hip-hop things. Ray, least hip-hop thing in the last 24 hours. What have you got?
My least hip-hop thing is almost the most hip-hop thing, but then it's actually the least hip-hop thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because...
Tell me more.
I bought a skateboard.
Oh, fucking hell. Hold on, you already done this one. What? You've bought a skateboard?
But it's an electric.
Did you watch mid-90s? And think, I'm getting a Mobb Deep poster again as well?
Wait.
You haven't watched mid-90s, have you? You haven't watched mid-90s.
What is mid-90s?
It's about skateboarders. It's a film by Jonah Hill, and it's got loads of Del the Funky USA, and there's a cameo in it, and it's like loads of hip hop in it. I thought you'd have known, Ray. I thought you were hip hop, man.
Are they electric skateboards though?
Oh no! Yeah. Tell me more.
What do you know about electric skateboards? It's as close to Back to the Future 2 as we're ever going to get. And
That's what ever gonna get.
there's something.
Okay.
It's look, they're illegal in the UK, so fuck you. So, but look, I'm doing this for all of you. I'm doing this for all of you. It's just me getting from A to B on a fucking electric.
It's quite hip hop though. It's quite hip hop.
No, because
the least hip-hop.
kick push, coast is completely like null and void with electric skateboard. You're not kicking and pushing. You're like, you get on it and you press go and you just hold on for dear life because it's just so fucking fast. So I was so close to death so many times on the skateboard.
Well,
imagine that the next time you do 808 chamber, it's like Frank Omega.
No, why would you?
He died in a skateboard accident. But if I do,
Why would that?
If I do, let me know. I'll just let you know that.
We'll do a little that piece of art where you're up there with like Dilla, DMX, Guru, Tupac, Biggie. I'll do like a mural. I'll get the correct designer, so it'd be a good one. But it'd be good shit. It'd be like a shit good one, a shit good mural of you and all the hip hop legends.
I really appreciate it.
Although don't know, Ray. I think if you can help it, please don't, because content, bro. We've got to keep this going. Yes, so don't don't throw any fucking spanners, bro. Because I am
definitely really bad for the growth of the pod. So
the pod, yeah. Or in a weird way, would more people listen? Like, you know, when someone dies, more people, they go number one. Would we? Maybe. Ooh, weighing it up in my mind now. Let's not. But I am going to say this, right? We haven't even said this. New patrons since the last. No patrons since the last episode. Keen, welcome. Ali, welcome. Good to have you on board. I don't know if you're in the chat, maybe not, but it's nice to have you supporting the show. So big yourselves up, and yeah, man, brilliant. And Lisa Pop things for me. Not many. I have been quite hip hop because of research, but I did break out the leggings, the undergarments, shall we say, because it's really cold in Derby at the moment. So I've been waking up at like -2. It's like, yeah, I need to get the leggings on the go if I want to take the lad to work, to school even. Yeah.
You've... There's so much to unpack there. Firstly, you said if I want to take the lad to work, you've been taking him to work, haven't you? You're making him work already. You're like,
the bills do have to pay.
Look at those kids over there going to school. You're not doing that. Fucking get to work.
You're editing. He's great at editing Audition. 4-year-old. Just, is that right, Dad? Get rid of the fucking clicks. Crack. No, don't call the social workers. I love my little lad. He's going to school. That's where he's going. He's going to school. Actually, on the family tip, that reminds me, I keep forgetting to do this, and I mean to do this every time we fucking have a show, but shout out my little nephew, Dylan. I'm sorry to make this really personal right now, but Dylan, right? Young lad, he's about 16, 17, 18, like that, right? Young lad.
Yeah, you know him really well.
No, but who keeps up to date with ages? Do you know what I mean? Once I went past 30, I don't. So I was going to say, I saw him at my brother's wedding, right? And we were chatting, and he loves this podcast. And I was talking to him about it, and he genuinely listens to this podcast. And as such a young lad, he's like, yeah, me and my mates listen to it. And also, I said, well, what do you listen to? He's like, oh, I really love like G-Funk at the moment. And I'm really into like, you know, this West Coast stuff. And I was like, amazing. So yeah, I thought I want to shout you out on the show because it fills me with hope that youngsters are out there bobbing their heads to old school hip hop. I mean, don't be.
Not on Patreon, nosy, but fair enough. It's fine.
That is true. I would track all of that good stuff until he puts £3 a month into the Patreon. £3.60. All right, £3.60.
So, anyway, we got to talk about you wearing leggings. Is it leggings or leggings?
Leggings, yeah.
Leggings.
You know, the undergarments, yeah.
That's not
Under Armour stuff,
right.
You know.
That's not
That
right.
is okay.
No.
Of course it is, man. When you go past 40, it's fine. People in the comments, is it okay to wear leggings? I don't even know what okay means anymore. Is it hip hop to wear leggings? Let's put it that way.
No.
Is it hip hop to wear leggings?
So maybe it is Lee's hip hop thing. Fair enough.
Yeah, there you go. I win. Into the comments quickly. Nick Sheffield, fancy doing a Lupe remix there, Ray? Fancy it?
I'm not sure what the chorus would be because, like I said, it's just going to be. It's not kick push, just go. It's just go, isn't it? Go. Then...
Yeah. Although, I think there's a few tracks called Go that are all right. But anyway, before we get into that, right, we're going to talk. We're going to go into our favorite music of 2022, as well as Nas's Magic album. So, people in the comments and on YouTube generally, just hit us up with your takes on Magic, Nas's career trajectory, where it's gone, where it is right now, how you feeling about it. Is it staying with you, or these?
Go, stop, crash. That would be
what is that? Nas?
Hey, that's my Lupe remix. Took a little while.
Oh, right. I thought you meant Nas's career.
Took a little way. Ooh, could be. No, he's not crash. He's not crashed though, is he?
Well, little bit. And it went at least veering off the rails a little bit a few times. But yes, I was going to say, tell us about the tracks, the music you're loving this year. I know it's end of Jan, but there has been quite a few albums and EPs drop. I know, I just wanted to say as well, big shout out to Burial's Anti-Dawn. That is one of the most magnificent projects. And I did want to hear from the Payne. No, for me, okay, let's not, right, Ray? But if anyone else outside of hip hop, if there's any other music you're liking outside of hip hop, let us know, because I'd like to get, dip into that. So before we get into Nas though, Ray, I did want to say this. I have been spinning Wu-Tang Forever a lot recently, right? And I think I even messaged on WhatsApp how amazing I actually think that album is. Even with the bloatedness, I kind of think there's only probably 2, maybe 3 tracks I'm taking off of it because I love it that much. And I was listening to As High As Wu-Tang Get, and I thought, I wanted to wonder if Ray would agree with me or not. But it's so incredible, and ODB is so good on it, right? I think it might be top 10, definitely top 20 Wu-Tang joints is As High As Wu-Tang Get. What do you think to that? As high as Wu-Tang. The bass line to that. Yeah.
It could be.
It's amazing.
When you say it's difficult to talk about because no one likes to speak ill of the dead. But ODB's not the highlight. So, I mean...
Well...
He has a unique energy. Of course he does. But I don't know. I'm just like
But on that album and that track, they're all highlights. Raekwon's ridiculous. Ghostface's ridiculous. Jizz is ridiculous. Dex ridiculous. They're all actually quite ridiculous. When you think about the Wu and how they are just all amazing, right? They are all pretty amazing. On that, you listen to that Wu-Tang Forever again and you realise, we did live through this time when literally all of them can rhyme their fucking asses off. But on that same thing, I did hear Triumph again, and there was a lyric from Master Killer, our favourite, right, that rang true and really hit me upside the head because of your recent chats on the end of year episodes, Ray. And one line that I know a lot of people have talked about, but I thought I should bring it to you, is Master Killer does say on there, the dumb are mostly intrigued by the drum. Now, I want you to unpack that for yourself there and know what I'm referencing, your hate for drumless beats. I'm just saying, Master Killer said this in 1997, mate. Boom. The dumb are mostly intrigued by the drum. Ray's just still processing. What is he coming with? What are you coming with? Mm-hmm.
Dumbfounded by that comment and realization. But the point being, if we are talking about the dumb being intrigued by the drum, 36 Chambers and Wu-Tang Forever didn't have any beats without drums. Let's say that for a start.
No, obviously.
Another part of it is part of the way the drums hit on all of Rizz's production. That's part of the beauty of it. Mm-hmm. And thirdly, are you saying the dumb don't have any value? I'm happy with the dumb having drums.
Boom. I need Master Killer on here to do a face to face.
I've got news for you. Master Killer's never coming on. He never come in. I know. You remember that thing you called Master Killer Corner where you talk about shit verses? Yeah. That's why
it wasn't. No, Master Killer was not that. That's a very reductive statement. Master Killer was a moment of disappointment. Not saying it was just a moment. It wasn't even that shit. It was just on Triumph when you're going so high.
Try and rescue it. Good. It's good you try and rescue
it. Anyway, please revisit our debates on those if you want to hear more of that kind of chat. Let's go in then, right? Let's go in. Nas's Magic album, him and Hit Boy. Christmas Eve. It dropped, I think. Dropped Christmas Eve, so didn't really get mentioned in our end of year shows.
Didn't really have a chance.
Yeah, and now I've had time to sit with it, listen to it a few times. 9 tracks, so not very long at all. What did you think, Ray? Where do you stand on Magic?
The beats are Magic, is getting straight to the point, but
the beats aren't Magic.
No. Apart from obviously the primo beat is a quintessential primo beat, but I mean, don't think it wrong.
I don't think that is a primo beat. I think that might just be a primo scratch. I think he's just scratching on the primos with ASAP Rock. That one,
yeah,
ASAP Rocky.
Come on, that's the primoest beat you've ever heard. How is that?
And primo is on it. Yeah,
you saying primo only did the scratch?
I think Hit Boy did all the music. Hit Boy, it's another collab, isn't it? It's like King's.
He just produced the beat in the most primo style, which isn't, beyond possibility, but...
Wave Gods, that's the Wave Gods track, isn't it? Yeah, I know. And on that track, he does call himself and Hit Boy the new gangstar. With Primo on the track, that's a flex. That's a big flex. So...
I mean, it's not a new concept, is it? He's on Mass Appeal, and he's been rapping over Primo beats since day one, so...
True, but him and Hit Boy... Yeah, no, I know. To be fair, when you see the idea of a Nas album, and it is Hit Boy, and I know people do love King's Disease 1 and King's Disease 2, and the King's Disease 3's coming, so this is like that little filler in the middle, but it's not really filler. I think it's better than 1 and 2, personally.
Oh, yeah, 100% it is, yeah.
Yeah, because there's no filler. Literally is no filler. Like, that's the problem with the other albums for me, is they do have these lulls in them, whereas this there's a few tracks I might not love as much, but it's not
40
like
to 16 building that one. This just kind of
not like I thought that was so Ray. That track.
The thing is, he really succinctly sticks to the concept, and he's like so specific about what he talks about on like all the rest of the album, and like so Lauren 416 is actually, and I feel like I'm going to be saying this quite a lot now because I quite like the fact that I've coined the term. I don't know if I coined it. Did someone else coin it? It's lorem ipsum. It's filler is what it is. That's what
what Nas is doing.
Yeah, on 416 on 4016, it's not. It's
to be fair, the lyrics of 4016. Go on.
No, I mean they're not really. They're just just battle raps. I'm so good raps kind of thing. Whereas the rest of it is quite about the Meet Joe Black concept. The speechless, ugly. All of it is kind of about a theme that he's kind of sticks to them, and he's just lyrically he's just on fire all across this album. That's the thing, is because I'm usually like, okay, where's the sick beat? And obviously the primo beat. Look, we'll find out if it really is one. But do you know what I mean? And then I go through it looking for that, and then I'm like, all right, I'll get to it later. And then it never really gripped me. But now obviously we discussed doing it for this. I'm like, all right, let me actually listen to the lyrics. I'm like, oh fuck, he just goes next level on it.
That is interesting though, because I think that's where it's hard for an old school legend to come into the rotation, and you've heard his voice and way of rapping so many times. If you could zone out because there's so many other things to listen to, maybe. But I was just going to come in on Magic because as soon as I saw it drop, I thought, fuck, you're using Chimodu artwork as the artwork. And that, I just thought, if that's the spirit of this little drop they're doing, yeah, I'm in. Because, we've had Chimodu on, rest in peace, absolute legend. Go check that interview out. I mean, that just idea of nostalgia, chip tooth Nas back in his bedroom in Queensbridge. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's see what this is. Is it another Nasir where it's all about him and who he is? This, I thought, because it is so small, such a small project, it's more impactful. You've whittled down, got rid of all the maybe catchy hooks or poppy, shooting for the pop charts and stuff. Not really doing it on this. It's more about the basics right. Get the basics right. And I think as Hit Boy gets a bit of hate, I like some of Hit Boy's stuff. And the only thing with Hit Boy's stuff is it's a bit synthetic, even though it is soulful sampling at times. It doesn't always stick with me. And that's one thing I've always found about Hit Boy. But I was going to go into a few tracks with you then, right? But let me just quickly go into the comments before we do.
You big up Ninja's Rose.
Ninja Rose is in the house. Big up, boom, boom. Osman, Nas not doing an album premiere and then calling his collab with Hot Boy, the new Gangstar, right? That is, yeah, like I said, and I remember the Scratch magazine cover. We all remember this, like, that still means something to me, him and Primo. I'm not sure if that's been lost maybe as time's gone on and everyone collabs with everyone and you've got Royce, we're doing stuff with Primo, so maybe you don't think about that. But when Nas and Primo are together, I think Scratch Mag, why is there not just a 10-track, Primo Nas project? Why is, but it's just one of them what ifs, and do we really need it? Would we be let down if we had it anyway because of where they are now both? And maybe it's better that we don't have it, and now we have Hit Boy, and they seem to be gelling. And that's the thing I love about this album, is the fact that you go into it and Nas is sounding very comfortable, just doing what he's not comfortable, lazy, but just good, comfortable. Like, I know what I'm getting with these beats. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jack here, Magic is by far the best of the Hit Boy linked stuff. I do agree. And I know people love KD1 and KD2. There's some definite highlights on those albums, but just again, as an album, not one I'm spinning back. This one, I have spun back more. So I was going to go into this band, Ray. We have most rewindables, and I don't know if there's going to be 5 mic moments on this album, but most rewindables, Meet Joe Black. Come on, Ray. What you say about Meet Joe Black?
Yeah, just Nas. With his concepts, he's always on point with the concepts. And that whole Meet Joe Black thing is just it's cool. It's cool the way, and I love the way the chorus flows. And we know what he's saying about Meet Joe Black, because that's Meeting Death, isn't it? It's the Brad Pitt movie, and right, of course. But spoiler alert for the movie. But like the movie's shit, isn't it? The movie's not like.
I didn't mind the movie because of the hit, because of the actual car crash. I don't mind the movie because
it's all right. It's a nothing movie, isn't it? It's not like it's like a movie that has like the movie. It was worth the movie being made for this track to have for it to be valid as a concept.
Yeah. Okay. Although let's not forget that Nicholas Craven and Ransom already did a track called Meet Joe Black. So I think maybe has he heard that and thought that's a good name? No, Nas is definitely sitting down with some popcorn watching Meet Joe Black. Big time he's done that. Definitely.
Yeah, totally.
Got zooted, and absolutely. Okay, well, I like the way you dug into that. Fair play to you, mate. I thought, as musically though, as a track, that is for me, because the fact that you're coming in, like the whole fucking track starts on these like Godzilla-esque horns. That's a statement. Like, okay, you're going very triumphant here. Let's see what you've got. I just think it's when it really, really works is when they do this, and it's almost, well, it is fan service. It's fan service, and we are in the era of fan service. I just watched Scream 5, loved it. Halloween's doing its thing. Fucking Star Wars has become fan service. A lot of Marvel, the new Spider-Man, I'm not watched it, but I hear the rumors. So it's like Nas is cohering to this larger idea of what content is. I'm sorry to call it content. What art is becoming now. Commercialized art, let's say. And I don't know when does fan service become debilitating? And I think now Nas at the moment is riding that line really comfortably. I was wondering to you, when do you think, like, at some point, do you get sick like the new Star Wars films? Were you like, yeah, fucking hell, this is amazing, like, that they've done everything, they're ticking all the boxes. Do you know what I mean? Fan
service, is that a recognised phrase? Is it?
I feel so. Yeah. I have heard it.
We're literally on a 90s hip hop podcast.
Yes, but
we're literally doing it as we speak.
But are you bending? So this is the question about Magic I have, right? So let me get to my notes here. I've got it here somewhere, right? Okay, I've got some great stuff to say about it. But 4016 building, I was listening to that, right? And I was thinking, this is when Nas is now fully comfortable being the elder statesman. He's not cynical. He's not going hip hop is dead. Young rappers are shit. He never said this, but he had that kind of like sharp edges to him back in the day when hip hop was dead came out, and he even references it on the end of one of these tracks. That guy said hip hop is dead. now it feels like he's more comfortable parlaying a bit of like still braggadocio, absolutely, but also a lot of knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So it's understanding his strengths, and he's in a place to really quickly capitalize on it. Because I know this is going a bit different versions, but diverging it. But remember, Nas didn't drop album after album after album after album. This is like 18, 19 months. He's dropped 3. And you think for him to quickly understand his strengths and go, no, I know this works and I know people like it, and to just turn these things around is kind of nice to see someone back to being prolific again. But what I want to say about like what is fan service and when does it become a little bit too overbearing maybe is when it dilutes the actual what are you doing this for? Like, what is this album for? It's definitely entertaining. It's so basically right. Is it creatively breaking the mold? And does it need to break the mold? In fact, it doesn't break. It coheres to it. It's quite backward facing. It's quite a retro album. Like he's even the Chimodo artwork puts it there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But does it even matter that he's not breaking the mold? So if he's not breaking the mold, can Nas ever win? Like, I'm not going to. Should we even expect a legend of his standing after all this time to break the mold? So this is when it starts coming to me where I'm like, why am I listening to this? Why has he made this? It's because it is entertaining, but will I quote any of it? Will I be quoting it in a year's time? And will it be like, will Meet Joe Black, will Speechless, those 2 tracks, will they be in my Nas rotation, when I'm older? And this is what I was wondering what you thought really about where Nas is at the moment like that.
The only thing undefeated is time. 2nd is the internet. 3 is this rhyme.
Yeah.
Nas is absolutely fucking destroying it on this. And I think where he is as the elder statesman, I don't really like calling him the elder statesman kind of thing because he's still...
But he is, man. He's 48 now. Like, he is. And that's fine. People can still make amazing projects at 48, but he is elder statesman now. Definitely.
There are people way older that have the name, have the status as elder statesman. But
I think it's a group they all go into, mate. Like, I know Rakim's older, and I know like LL's older, but I think I put them all together myself.
Oh, so where's the cutoff? Where's it, 40, 38?
I think the cutoff is no,
30,
like,
29?
really, like Gen X. So they're all Gen X, right? And maybe late 80s. So late 80s, Gen X. When you get to millennials and then Gen Z, that's when I start thinking of generations personally. So like millennials are elder statesmen, like Pusha T ain't elder statesman. But in 5-10 years, he will be. That's where I look at it. That's how I gauge it anyway, personally.
But I don't see all of this as the, you were drawing all the parallels with Marvel, etc. kind of thing. Because they remake, there's 16 Spider-Mans. There's a new one for each new generation. Whereas, I don't really bet. I hear the new Spider-Man's fucking incredible, but I ain't got time for that. As soon as you buy into one, it's like, oh shit, they all cross over, they all have cameos in each other's movie or whatever the fuck they do. I'm not interested in catching up on the whole Marvel thing, and there's too much woke politics in it, and it's just like I'm
right,
not having it. But there ain't any woke politics in a fucking Nas album, and and the way he's styled this out is A, lyrically he's absolutely smashed it, and B, he's not super cocky arrogant. He's like next level confidence where he's like, I don't need to be cocky and arrogant. I'm the supreme being of this shit. Like in Hollywood Gangster, when he's like, it's called Hollywood Gangster, and he's just that cold. That little bit sipping liquor, taking photos, and I slid with a cougar. I could have pulled a young love, but I took who was cuter. And he's just like, it's fine. I can do that. I've done it, mate. I've done it, mate. I'll take what I want. And then even the next line, Esco relaxed in the hood. I ain't come with a shooter. They asked what I'm doing. They said I was already proven, kind of thing. And he's just, that's just, in the hood chilling. He's like, people know.
Yeah, he knows.
You know who I am. What are you talking about? I'm Nas.
He knows his standing. He knows his and that's what I love about this is his comfort levels with that, not having to prove anything anymore. He's made billions off of cryptos. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to do anymore. So and that's what I love, that he's churning this stuff out because he enjoys doing it, and it gives me joy knowing that. And when I'm hearing Speechless, right, and probably my favorite track on the album, that plodding beat, the fucking shades of RZA. And I've been listening to RZA a lot recently, so maybe it is just I'm thinking that, but it seems to have that RZA feel with a jazz twist. A nice sort of beat switch as well when it gets to the hook, which I love. His line when he comes out it made me stop and think, which I suppose that is all I can ask of a legend who's delivered classics, you're still making me stop and think. He says he's 21 past the 27 club.
Yeah.
And you think
such a good first line.
Wicked line. I love that smooth flow he delivers it. And let's actually put some context on, we've lost too many once in a generation talents too young. And that's why we should cherish a once in a generation talent like Nas, because I see Nas as he is on the evolutionary timeline. He's on the timeline of hip hop songwriting. So Rakim, then Nas, and the straight line, draw it to J. Cole, and then you can go from wherever, right? That's where I see him. So to see him drop something fills me with joy, used to fill me with a bit of a reluctance. And that's why maybe I liked Nasir more than most, is because I was like, no, he's trying something. Maybe I was making a few excuses for him, but Magic feels like I don't need to do that because it's comfortable. And we talked about meat and potatoes rap, didn't we, before? And it is very good meat and potatoes rap. But my thing is, how much meat and potatoes rap do I spin from like 2016 now? And that's just life at the moment. Like, how much of it do I? Because it doesn't appeal to me on a long withstanding thing. But how much any rap do I spin for 2016? That's the other question, isn't it? All these questions I'm posing to everyone. Do you know what I mean? Like fan service, how much? So it's made me question a lot of this stuff. But yeah, man, the truth as well. The truth, man. When he says yes, please, Nas, right? Galactica Glaciers, 88 carats, immaculate play stubs. Them ends are a crime. I drop a rhyme. It's the same rush. That. Oh yeah, like little things. You're right, Ray. They packs a punch.
Yeah, he's got little bits of like no one does it. Like the way he does that stuff is like no one does it like Nas. That whole. How would you? I can't. It's hard to describe how he does it because he doesn't speak. He speaks about stuff like he's viewing it happening. He's not like in it happening, like telling like
third person.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one, isn't it? First person versus third person. Yeah, it's that whole kind of third person like he really gets out of his own shoes and looks back at the situation. So that's what like Woo for the Children. It's just that's just mind blowing. This whole thing about he's talking about people, what people say about people who are at the top, talking about it from third person, like fourth or fifth person. He's so far removed from it, talking about what these people are saying about these people at the top. But he is the person at the top.
Yeah.
So, but he's like, I want to talk about how it is being this person up here from this guy's perspective down here, but not the guy that's taking the piss out of me. It's the guy, I'm from the guy over here who's, and that whole concept of like how, talking about how is that specific bit about how the people that, the people next to the people at the bottom, talking about them, talking about the people at the top, probably didn't, how I think I can't remember what it is exactly about. The people at the top probably tried to help the people, but they fucked him over, kind of thing. So that's why he kind of let them go. And then afterwards, people are like, "Oh fuck, he let his people down, and he just went off on his own." And he's like, "No, I tried to help people, and they were just shit. So I had to cut them loose." Kind of thing.
That's deep.
That Woo for the Children track is just fucking ridiculous. There's just so much in that.
Okay. See, I need to pick that apart. The beat didn't do it for me on that. The beat, I know.
And that's the thing with this, is that's why you can easily be missed, because the beats are like they're 6 and 7 out of 10s kind of thing.
So you agree with? I think it was Pitchfork called Hit Boy a B-class producer, is what they called him. Pitchfork called him that. So you're saying the same, 6 or 7? That'd be, innit?
Yeah, but everyone else has. I can't think of any. I can't think of a Hit Boy track. And maybe that says it all. The fact that I can't name. Oh, but this track, but that track, but this track.
Yeah,
because,
yeah. Well, the Kendrick tracks he did for Good Kid, I'd always remember. That's when I first really got into it.
I don't fucking listen to Kendrick. Yeah. That's a whole fucking different story. Don't.
But then that's a different story. The thing as well about Nas, you said there about like that's where I think it harks back to our 90s era days of Nas versus Jay-Z. And what was it about Nas? He had this grounded in the earth streets viewpoint, whereas Jay-Z did as well. But Jay-Z felt always like he was talking from a big fucking skyscraper, whereas Nas always felt like he was talking from below the skyscraper on his way up on the escalator.
Yeah,
that's the difference. And I feel in this it happens again, and it's searching through rap history that he tries to impart these lessons, learnt and not learnt. Remember, he says that on Ugly, where he says he ponders. He says, "Oh, I missed an opportunity going on Biggie's Give Me the Loot remix."
Yeah.
And that kind of thing hits me, calling a track Death Row East on the last project, KD2, where, again, I was like, whoa, Death Row East. Now I want to hear about it. Remember, Death Row East was a thing when we were young, like, fuck, Death Row going the East. And yeah, so all these little moments, yeah, I do enjoy all those. Let's go into the chat, and then I want to ask you a few general questions about this album.
Been quite a bit, actually, yeah.
Yes, there has. Ninja Rose, Yo Peeps, Magic got replay appeal more than KD's for me. Fat trimmed, absolutely. Although the highs are higher on KD2. Okay. KD3 needs to be Magic plus 4 tracks. Nas in pocket, and I agree with Cam, comfortable and just more natural. Yeah, absolutely. Victory lap mode, he says, basically. In Jack Patino, victory lap is a great way of putting it. Yeah, it is a victory lap. You're right. And that's why I feel like, we should cherish this shit. So I was going to say to you then, Ray, a few things here. Where will any of these you can pick, KD1, KD2, Magic, rank in your Nas discography, even though we've only lived with some of these for only a year, some less?
Well, let's just put this on the background of, so obviously on Creator 88 you have the three album runs of the 90s, and as is well established, Nas has got the greatest 3 album run of the 90s, bar none. So I'm pretty sure that's well
Tribe
agreed.
and Outkast just sitting there, gangster, just like, oh, okay, bar none. But no, I've heard this argument a few, not just you, Ray. A lot of people have said this.
Yeah, because it's correct.
This argument.
Because why? It's not like shock horror. Oh my god, such a controversial thing to say. No, it isn't. It's like
you're always going to face
greatest album of all time.
Face things.
Greatest follow-up of all time, and then it's got Nas's icon, the third one. So
but you're basing the third one on one track, whereas there are a few different tracks. But if he just dropped the biography, I reckon you could definitely, from all the mixed leaks and all that shit. But yeah, no, okay, right. So that Nas, that run, so it's not in the 3, definitely not in the top 3. None of these,
definitely not in the top 3.
After this, because there's bits on this album, it sounded like Stillmatic Nas. It sounded like Stillmatic Nas. There was some moments where I felt a bit like that. Where's it with Stillmatic and Lost Tapes and what was the other one that I had the other day that I was into? Go on, but where would you say it is? Let me have a look.
Where does Godson fall in?
Yeah, see, Godson's good as well. Godson's good as well.
Yeah,
this is it. Life is good. Untitled. Streets of Cyprus, long. Yeah, it's got to go. Oh, I don't know, Ray. I don't know. I think Magic might be top 10 though.
Godson's probably my after the greatest 3 album run of the 90s.
Stillmatic.
What?
No way. Stillmatic.
But I haven't revisited. I revisited Godson, and now that I've paid more attention to this, I think this is top 5 Nas.
Top 5 Nas. Oh, I think it's around 7, 8 for me. But top 5 Nas
because that as Ninja's Rose said it, sitting on top of the mountain, victory lap mode. That's perfect. It's a perfect way of putting it.
Okay, wow. On that bombshell. But let us know what you think.
Because there's not many people that are in this situation of victory lap mode, and there's people that have achieved such status where they have the right to have a victory lap, should we say? Like, I mean, LL's not. LL's got an album come out this year, hasn't he?
Yeah, apparently Q-Tip album with LL. Couldn't imagine that.
I don't know, because he's a bit. hasn't he been an actor now for longer than he's been?
He has,
been
but
a rapper?
that kind of makes you forget. It makes you forget, and he might be renewed. Look at the renewed vigor of this. This is another question I was going to ask you. 90s rappers having a renaissance. There seems to be this thing with Nas doing this now. Who else would you want them to follow suit? Who else would you want to follow suit? To have a renaissance where you think you're getting the basics right, and like you've just made that statement, you're making projects that could be in the conversation for top 5 you've ever made. Who do you want? I know my number one.
Well,
Eminem.
Eminem. Obviously, Rakim Eminem.
Eminem is
but I mean,
not getting the basics right.
Fine, Rakim's 80s, but I got into him in the 90s, so I count him as the 90s.
Okay. Rakim, I just don't know if he's ever going to drop anything ever again now. I don't know if he writes book, he wrote his book, and I don't know, but it would be amazing. I think an LL one I'm here for, an Eminem one I'm I don't even know what Eminem needs to do though now. Like, he seems to do the lyrical acrobatics so much, I kind of don't know what I want. So, kind of interesting to see where he goes next.
Eminem has obviously, he had the verse on Corday, the new album.
Yeah,
Corday's dropped an album, and it's kind of, and like Corday had potential, but he does this. He's got
beats.
Yeah, but he does a lot of the
bars,
and like it's just, well, why are you doing it? You were so good before, and you've just fucking just become like all the other. Anyway, it's fine. I've got to spend more time with the album, but so on Parable, M's got a verse. I know we'll get back to Nas, but now I'm proud of myself. Like Obama's kids, I came out of Michelle.
Okay. I know. This is going to come back. Just remember this moment right now, and this is going to come back to haunt you in a minute. Because there's something that stuck out to me in my favourites. I thought, fuck me, this has got Ray Ridge written all over it. I don't even know what to call these lines, but yeah, okay. So you enjoyed the Michelle line,
the thing is, just talk about M and what you want from him now. Like, listen to him on that track, because he's not like. He does do some unnecessarily fast bits. It's like, all right, very impressive. We've already heard it. Let's have some succinct stuff that I can hear and understand, which is what RJ Payne does. And he's fucking killed it as well with his album. But let's get back to Nas.
RJ Payne got a new album out in 2022?
Yep. And it's fucking ridiculous.
It's prolific.
It is ridiculous. And it is.
I didn't even fucking know that.
It's strange because he's only really come out in the last couple of years. He has had success in the last couple of years. He's been around for a while. But he's also talking in a similar way that Nas is as well, and talking about how he runs his business and people in.
I always loved the Leatherface stuff with RJ Payne. That's when I first really fell in love with him. Oh, man, fucking killed it. But okay, so before we move on to our favourite music, one last thing then. We talked about top 5 just very briefly, I feel, in the end of year. I had a question for you, Ray. Has Nas ever been in your top 5? And if not, why not? Just think, I mean, not for a week, but as a mainstay for a while, has Nas been in top 5? Even as a kid, 15, 16, 17?
No.
Could you pinpoint why at 4:30 a.m.? Could you get the mental fortitude to tell me?
I guess I like people that are more disciplinarian with their...
Don't we fucking know it?
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? It's just like...
You're trying to tell me Nas isn't disciplinarian? Fucking
no,
hell.
Because even with
he's got no...
Even with what I just quoted to you about Nas, so he goes, sipping liquor, taking photos, and I slid with a cougar. Could have pulled a young love, but I took who was cuter. It's kind of an almost rhyme. That's fine, let it go. But all of his rhymes aren't. They're just kind of
boom.
The way he kind of lazily pronounces stuff to make it right. And it's fine, a lot of lyricists do it, and
everyone does it.
Yeah. But there's some people that lean on it more heavily than others, and I always found that Nas leant on that style quite more, more than others. And bearing in mind, I've already stated he's got the greatest hit free album run of the 90s, and there's already I'm talking legendary status. I'm sorry, this is just not in my top 5. So
yeah. But okay,
top 10 maybe.
I just wondered. Yeah.
But no,
I just wondered. Oh, he was top 10 for me for a while. He's definitely top 10. I think when One Mic came out, I loved One Mic and the writing to One Mic so much. But yeah, after a while,
concept tunes. He sticks to a concept is the thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
I know. Yeah, true. Let's have a quick look in the comments then before we get into our favourite stuff of 2022. Let's have a look. Where are we? Victory lap. Yes. Osmond, the irony is that Nas re-energized and motivated, which is great, but over somewhat middling beats. Yeah, kind of that is ironic. You're right. Ninja Rose here with his rankings. Illmatic, the Lost Tapes. Oh no, IWW. It was written. There we go. I've not seen it as IWW, so it took me a second to. It was written. Yes, Lost Tapes, Stillmatic, Godson, Magic. No, I am in there. Oof. Oh no, KD2. Okay. I don't really want to hear any more LL, says Jack. Even after all this time at NCIS, no, I don't need any of that. Ninja Rose, Nas has been my number one for 21 years. And Ninja Rose's name as an anagram is Nasir Jones. So, yeah, this is a Nas head. Yeah. This episode's just for you. This episode's just for you, Ninja Rose. But yeah, Nick Sheffield, as far as I was aware, LL was only made R&B stuff for around 20 years, so no interest either until he deviates from that. But I've been listening to radio, I've been listening to Bad again, and I'm not sure, I don't think he's going to go 14 shots to the dome back then, but you don't know when they come back out. You might be like, fuck it, I want to get a bit more battle rapping again and just pick a fight with a new rapper. Nick Sheffield, I love Nas and maybe in top 5, but too many misses for me to stay there non-stop. I think I agree with that.
He's got a lot of misses, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does.
So is
and he brings up his misses in this album a few times, which makes you feel like, come on, bro. Like, you don't need to be talking about that. I don't know. It's complicated. It's messy. There are a few lines which sound a bit messy on Magic, but overall, yeah, I think we're both enjoying it and one of the best Nas projects in years. So yeah, there you go.